Hi and welcome. In this video, we will be doing a follow-up to another video I made on cultivating your classroom library. In this video, I will show you books that you can introduce to your students that show new ways of life and other cultures. Why is this important? First of all, when your student feels seen and heard in your classroom, they're more likely to be engaged, active, and invested in the curriculum, which helps their learning. Second, learning about different cultures and ways of life also helps students develop skills for adaptability and flexibility when they meet others who have differing perspectives from their own or have different stories. Let's get started. The first section of books we're going to talk about is language, dictionary guides, and bilingual books. So having bilingual books in your classroom, like this English-French dictionary, actually helps your students to learn new words in a new language, but also understand that people in different cultures speak different languages. Books that are a guide on, how the body works, but in a different language, with great visuals to support the language, also helps students. You can find conjugates such as el hospital, which is pronounced differently in English and Spanish, but means the same thing. And so that's really great for your conjugates to have your students connect to prior knowledge, access that prior knowledge, but also build on new background knowledge. Bilingual books are also great for teaching not just language, but about a particular aspect of culture. So in this book, The Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, they teach about a specific holiday, and it's in English and Spanish. Or this book shows different colors of the Muslim world and has great visuals of people, places, locations, symbols that are important to the Muslim culture. The next section of books, if your students are struggling to connect to those books, is just stories that take place around the world. So for example, this book, Crowboy, talks about fitting in school and being different, but it's set in Asia, and so students get a glimpse of what his life is like, his culture. Same thing, Ganesha's Sweet Tooth, it's set in a different culture. The pictures are visually stimulating, but also are very unique looking, so students can learn about culture that way. Or you can also choose stories they know, like The Gingerbread Man, but that's set in a different culture. Follow the same storyline that they know, but just teaches more about Hawaiian ingredients and lifestyle. Or like Little Red Riding Hood. Here's a play on that book, but all the characters in this book are very diverse looking. So look at the students here, you can see they represent a lot of different cultures. And another great section is books on real people. So if you've ever heard of these people, like these books, yes, they're about people who exist, but they take place in a different country. So again, there's that introduction to culture, how this boy learns, and just different lifestyles. Or Michael Jordan's a big one that teaches my students not only about the basketball culture, but also how things work with school and what Michael Jordan had to do to be where he is today. Or Temple Grandin is a really good example of how she lives and manages her autism. And the last category is books with animals, which are really great because you can fit a lot of different stories of culture within that. Again, not your typical dragon. He blows bubbles instead of fire. A book about adoption, but it's about a bunny family adopting a wolf. Again, back to ideas of like stories of families, not animals, but how families look very different, how they can look diverse, how diversity and culture don't mean one thing necessarily to everybody. It can be an intersection of different cultures. So this is about a Hispanic girl, Yo Soy Muslim, who's Muslim, and so it teaches us about her two different cultural identities and how they intersect. I hope you enjoyed those books. If you have any questions, message me and we'll talk. Thanks for listening. Bye.